Welcome, Sumos. First things first.
First things first, rest in peace, sucker fair. For real.
First things first, a massive shout out to my cousin Midas who let me review this watch and a few others from his personal collection on my recent trip down to Wales. I have linked his channel in the description section, so feel free to check out his work. In today's review then, I'll be reviewing a gold Seiko 5 watch reference SNXS80K. As always, I'll begin with the dimensions and specifications of the watch and then give you my thoughts and analysis towards the end of the review. Price of the watch fluctuates online, so make sure you do your homework to see where you can get the best deal. From my research, I found that the watch can be purchased for about $93 to about £110. In dollars, that works out to be about $120 to $140. Prices on these little Seiko 5 automatics have creeped up recently. Only about 3 years ago I remember seeing them more around the £70 mark or about $90 US. I'm not sure if this is from YouTube reviewers hyping them up or because of the current trend from Seiko, in which they have systematically increased their prices across the range. Whatever the reason, if you like the watch, £100 is not going to break the bank, so if you've been thinking about it for a while, I say pull the trigger. Okay, so moving on to the dimensions and specifications of the watch. Let's start with the watch's size. With a case diameter measuring in at only 37mm, this is by no stretch of the imagination a big watch. It's a great choice for anyone with smaller wrists, say 7 inches or below. Anything above 7 inches and I believe the watch would look a little small on your wrist. Like most things though, watch size is subjective as Midas has giant wrists and still rocks this bad boy. The lug to lug distance is a compact 42mm in classic Seiko fashion. This means the watch simply disappears on the wearer's wrists. Seiko are the kings of making short lug to lug case shapes and this watch does not disappoint. The wearability of this watch is further helped by a 12mm case thickness, making the watch a good choice to wear it with a suit. It will easily fit under the cuff of a shirt should you decide to choose it as your weapon of choice. The lug width, so where the bracelet attaches to the head of the watch, is a pretty standard 20mm and tapers down to about 16mm at the clasp. Now, I've seen some people put this watch on a NATO and worn it that way, but I don't know why you would wear a watch in this colour on anything other than the factory bracelet. The only other option, in my opinion, that you could get away with is a Jubilee bracelet. The deployment style clasp has plenty of micro adjust, so it's quite easy to get a good fit. You have Seiko stamped onto the clasp. The bracelet is very basic and features a push pin style of links, which can honestly be quite a pain to remove and resize. Turning the watch over and you see one of the showcase features of this little Seiko. It has a see-through display case back which proudly presents the automatic 7S26 caliber movement inside. We'll discuss the movement a little later, but it's protected by Seiko's own in-house Hardlex crystal, a common choice on more affordable Seiko models. On the glass you have the caliber reference 7S26-0480, Seiko in block capitals and water resist. Online, the watch case is listed as being made from a stainless steel gold tone. This means if you scratch the watch you won't see silver underneath as it's not gold plated. The advantage of Seiko developing this gold tone means you can use the watch in many environments and you won't need to worry about discoloring it, which I must admit is an awesome feature, so well done to Seiko. I can't say the same for the bracelet. I don't think it's gold tone as I haven't been able to find anything online. Moving on to the dial, and the charm of this watch continues. The dial features this very nice golden, almost sunburst dial that glimmers in the light. You have applied hour indices that are loomed. Each indice has a gold border around it, which is a nice touch. You have the Seiko logo applied onto the dial just below the 12 o'clock hour marker, and below that you have the controversial 5 within a shield. Now I say controversial because I think there are only two camps. You either like it or hate it. I'm of the latter camp. I wish it was embossed or printed on the back of the watch rather than on the dial, but hey, for £100 you can't hate on it too much. At the end of the day, the Seiko 5 range is Seiko's entry level offering, so it is what it is. You have a day-date complication at the traditional 3 o'clock position with a white date wheel. The font colour is black, which I think is a good choice as it stands out and makes the dial pop somewhat. Now, one very nice touch I don't see many people talk about is the raised date border that is finished off in gold. This dresses the watch up. Printed on the dial you have automatic, and below that in between the 6 o'clock hour marker you have the caliber reference 7S26-0480. Speaking about calibers, let's talk about the movement in this watch. It uses a 7S26 caliber self-winding mechanical movement that cannot be manually wound or hacked. This means the second hand does not stop when the crown is pulled out of the watch. It ticks 6 times per second, which gives the second hand a smoother movement than quartz watches which tick once per second. The watch should run for 41 hours when fully wound and will self-wind when moved. This movement is no spring chicken and has been out for about 24 years. with the first variant being introduced into the market in 1996. Inside the clear display back, you have 21 jewels and Seiko Time Corp 7S26C engraved onto the rotor, which is pretty fucking cool, let's be honest. Honestly, after spending some time with this watch, my thoughts are mixed. Part of me agrees and would recommend this watch to anyone thinking of buying the first automatic, but the other half thinks that there are just so many other better options out there. Yes, for about £100 you are getting a brand that has almost 200 years of heritage and is known and respected throughout the world. You are getting a tried and tested movement, which you know will keep beating for many years. It's easy on the eyes and the dimensions make it look even easier to wear as a daily. But my main gripe with these Seiko 5s, well, this type of case shape in particular, is that I don't think they are the best value for money anymore. I think with the vast array of watches out there in the market now, from Casio to micro brands, you can get some really good deals. For me personally, as you can see in this wrist shot, the watch is way too small. I personally wouldn't wear one of these, but, and this is important, that doesn't mean that this isn't a great watch. It will be suitable for many people. I think you should definitely consider this watch. Thank you very much for watching Sumos. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos, as it helps with the channel's visibility on YouTube. I have a Casio review coming up soon, so stay tuned for that one. Take care, Sumos.